How does a city run without a government and roads? We start at the bottom, so fine. Well, I've seen it a number of times in this town, but a number of times when there's a pothole, you'd see an old pickup pull up, stop, come off to the side of the road, dig up some dirt and come over and fill the pothole. Because you see, none of these are paved roads. There are no paved roads in Max, Nebraska. And they get by just fine without it. I said they get by just fine without paved roads. And I've even seen some little old ladies stop their cars and get out with a shovel and fill a hole if need be. If need be. In the wintertime, they got a couple of good old boys, farmers in the area, that come through and bust the main roads open for them. They do things like that. And sometimes they have some of the local youth get together and they'll clean off sidewalks for some of the old. You can't ask for much better community than something like that, I'm here to tell you. And they did it without government. So instead of having an incorporated city that has a city manager making $200,000 a year, and he'd call the roads department of the city manager that's getting $100,000 a year, then that city roads manager would call the one of his flunkies that's making $30,000 a year to drive a $30,000 brand new pickup over to fill that hole. This city has found a better way. Now there are a few downsides to Max, Nebraska. Again, no pavement. And you'll see signs like this heading out of town in a number of directions saying, travel at your own risk, because the roads are less than perfect. But that's a small price to pay, because most everybody knows that the roads aren't perfect and they drive accordingly. Use a little bit of sanity. Unlike the big cities that everybody's in a rush to get here and there real fast, everybody takes their time. They wave at everybody that drives by them. And more than likely they'll pull up beside somebody and just talk for a little bit and see how they're doing. You don't find that in the big cities, I'm here to tell you. And so what few negatives they have in this community are far outweighed by the idea that there's almost, if very little, if any governmental control here, and for sure it's not incorporated. You don't have building code inspectors ready to destroy your life and law enforcement on every block. You don't have drug pushers that are endangering your family. These small communities are a blessing, and they show the rest of the nation, and in fact the world, that it can be done without government.